because Roman holds both. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video for DCC Wrestling. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In this video, we're going to be discussing Elimination Chamber and what we see so far. Coming off a fantastic Royal Rumble match that I think was pretty good, or pay-per-view that I think was pretty good, we have now learned that both our winners, Cody Rhodes for the men and Rhea Ripley for the women, have both chosen their WrestleMania opponents. In Cody Rhodes' case, he didn't have a choice because Roman holds both titles. And in Rhea Ripley's case, she chose her redemption arc. She chose Charlotte Flair, the woman who beat her at WrestleMania 36, to take away her NXT Women's Championship. And now she's going for redemption and trying to take Charlotte's SmackDown Women's Championship. So now that leaves open the vacant spot of who's going to face Bianca Belair for her Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. So this is where we get into Elimination Chamber at. So let's start with the women here, right? So coming out of Monday Night Raw, 4 slots have already been filled. 4 slots going to Nikki Cross, going to Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, and Liv Morgan. 2 of those females are on the SmackDown roster, so we know it's going to be a cross between both Raw and SmackDown competitors. These 4 did not qualify; they were just inserted in the matchup. So now we only left with 2 spots to fill. So now we have our first qualifying match set for next week. We have a fatal 4-way match between Piper Niven, the returning Carmella, Mia Yim, and Candice LeRae. Now, also next week, we're going to have a match between Becky and Bayley in a steel cage, the match we were supposed to get on Raw 30, but was cut for time constraints. So I would expect Becky and Bayley to factor in that last qualifying match. Don't know when it will be announced. It'll probably be announced for the next weeks after the steel cage, Monday Night Raw, or SmackDown, or the SmackDown before. So stay tuned for that one. But when it comes to the fatal 4-way match and who I think gets the next spot in the females in a women's Elimination Chamber, I'm kind of conflicted here, man, when it comes down to each competitor. But I know once it comes to Candice LeRae, she ain't gaining no traction. She don't get no reactions. So I don't see her picking up the victory. So that eliminates her from the equation. And when WWE normally do these matches, you either have, they do it in a ratio where you have 3 heels and 3 baby faces in a match. So we already see that there's 3 baby faces. If you count Liv Morgan as a baby face, I don't know if she's a tweener or not, but I'm just going to label her as a baby face for the setup, right? So in the fatal 4-way match, we have Carmella as a heel and Piper Niven, I would assume, would be the heel. Mia Yim as a baby face and Candice LeRae as a baby face. So I will have to go with, if I was booking it personally, I would go either Piper Niven or I would go Mia Yim. But I can see them picking either between Piper Niven, Carmella, or Mia Yim, just because they want to get another heel in this match. So look for one of those 3 to win. If it was my choice, it'd be between Piper Niven and Mia Yim. So I think one of those 2 women would fill up the 5th spot, and the 6th spot will be determined at a later date. Now, for the men's Elimination Chamber, it will be for the United States Championship. So Austin Theory is in this match by default. So we have Austin Theory defending his championship against Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, and Bronson Reed as of right now, with 2 qualifying matches already announced for next week's Monday Night Raw. So for the qualifying matches, we have Montez Ford taking on Elias, and we have Angelo Dawkins taking on Damian Priest. Now, for the results of those matches, me personally, I am going to be taking Montez Ford over Elias, and I'm going to take Damian Priest over Angelo Dawkins. Now, when it comes to Montez Ford, I expect this chamber match to be like a breakout performance for him and a preview of what we're going to get for him in the future whenever his single run comes into form, with the eventual breakup of the Street Profits. So I expect him to have a great performance. I hope they don't swerve us and put Elias in there because no, Elias is good, but he lost a lot of his steam once they did that Ezekiel gimmick. So I'm going to take Montez Ford. And for Damian Priest, Angelo Dawkins is good. He's been good for like this past year, but he going to come up short when it comes to facing Damian Priest. So that will be what I'm going to be predicting for the field to be at Elimination Chamber. We're going to get Theory defending the title against Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Montez Ford, and Damian Priest. Now, out of that group of superstars, who do I have winning? If I'm booking this personally, I am going to take Bronson Reed to take the U.S. Championship from Austin Theory, pick up this win in the Elimination Chamber. A, because I'm a big Bronson Reed fan. He was good at NXT. He just dealt with an unfortunate hand because Vince was running creative and didn't want the guy up there, so they got rid of him. He went to New Japan, did well in New Japan, did well in Impact. Triple H brought him back in, and he has been booked great. So he's been booked to be the bit dominator guy so far, smashing whoever's in front of him. So I expect this thing to keep rolling. And with the rumored Austin Theory match with John Cena, I don't believe this match needs the U.S. championship, but I can also see it being for the U.S. championship with how Austin Theory is saying that the champ is here. He says that every time he comes out. So I can see it being for the U.S. championship, but do it need to be? No, personally. I think you can get another match out of WrestleMania with somebody else holding the U.S. championship besides Austin Theory. So if I'm booking it, I'm going to take Bronson Reed. As far as Triple H picking it, I don't know who he might go Austin Theory again. So we going to see. I don't know, but I'm picking Bronson Reed. Now with the women's, it's up in the air because we don't know what the last qualifying match is. Let's just assume Becky Lynch get the last spot, right? So as of right now, we have 2 Raw women's and 2 SmackDown women so far, right? Let's assume we get, well, we know one's gonna be from Raw already with the Piper Niven match, right? So who's from SmackDown is going to get in? Will it be Ronda? No, I don't see Ronda coming back and being in this match. Will it be Shotzi, Xia Li? I don't see none of them. Tegan Knox, I don't see none of them being in this match. You have to have Becky in this match. So I don't know. As the person I think will win eventually, it will probably be. I'm going to take Asuka to win this match, and then you get Bianca versus Asuka, with Asuka defeating Bianca at WrestleMania, pick up the Raw Women's Championship. So, man, I don't see. You got to stay tuned for what Triple H is going to do when it comes to the women's in this last qualifying spot. But as of right now, for the crop, I'm going to take Asuka for the women, and I'm going to take Bronson Reed for the men's. Let me know what you think about the match down below. We're going to hopefully get this out before SmackDown tonight, to where we're going to get further development and the fallout from the Sami Zayn bloodline situation at the end of the Rumble. So let me know what you guys think. This is my chamber match fallout so far and what we're going to get in the future. We'll see. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. I'm out.